Neken Chuwang,
Yes, sir.
you sound like everything has been quite rosy for you. I would not want to believe that.
Yeah.
In the midst of all of this significant
Yeah.
support that
Yeah.
you've had
Yeah.
from family and
Yeah.
from friends around,
Yeah.
from church, your local assembly,
Yeah.
what are the challenges that you have faced in the past 11 years?
Okay, so for the challenges, firstly, I would say growing up around the North Middle Belt, because I grew up practically in Abuja and then Jos. It was an intertwining of that because my dad is a clergy, so transfer will take him there and bring him back and all of that. So I would say, firstly, like I said, in as much as I grew up into a family that understands a lot of these things and all, you will not automatically have the wider society having the same perspective or worldview. So I will say a lot of the challenges I've faced coming up has been external, which is basically, like I said, people that look at music as when you finish, you find something serious to do with your life.
Not serious with
Yes,
life yet.
and then people that feel like musicians are paupers, they're beggars. They're not able to see the value, because the thing is, we're quick to value things we can see and touch.
True.
So for music, you feel and hear. So somebody that constructs, somebody that makes a car that helps people to convey from one place to another, that aids them to make life better, seems to be valued more than a musician that makes songs that will change a perspective of someone. There are people that it's through songs that their worldviews have been changed.
Exactly.
There are people that it's through songs like the testimony I shared with you. There are people that it's through songs that suicides have been averted.
Yeah.
There are people that it's through songs that they've had motivation to go through life.
True.
So I will say that growing into a society that did not really see music in that light, or doesn't really see music, I think we're still evolving as a society, does not really see those intangible things as valuable, can be a challenge, because now this kind of people will now question why they should even support you.
To a large extent.
Yes, why this kind of people with this kind of worldview, when you meet them, they feel you should be grateful they're giving you platforms. Why should you even expect that they should foot your transportation? Why should you expect that they should appreciate you with 50,000, with 100,000 and all of that?
Are you saying this basically within the church system?
No, I don't even think it's a church system thing around here.
Okay.
It's a worldview that, because the truth is, when you go back in time, you will discover that even the Western world, that a lot of time we admire and hope to get some of the features of what they do right. We want to also replicate in the long run. I believe they have also gone through phases. Because when you check Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of need thing, man wants to eat first. Man wants security first. So our societies around here are still trying to overcome some of this hierarchy of needs to get to those points of pleasure. Yeah, so the points of pleasure are the points where, okay, we're now able to see beyond our immediate needs. So there's a way that you value a farmer because he gives you food to eat. Because we are still around those places of need. But over there, food, they have a setup that makes it quite convenient. That things such as, okay, you don't need to pray for some of those things.
No, not
they
at all.
have they have social welfare that takes care of your feeding and all of that.
Exactly,
so now in those kinds of societies, they're in places where, okay, now pleasure can be valued, pleasure can be measured. So somebody can say, okay, I can appreciate somebody with $1 million for being a blessing to me through art. But around here, art, a painting, telling somebody to pay you $1 million for a painting, or you're snapping
like
a picture,
or
you're snapping a picture and you're telling him one of these pictures, I've put in so much excellence, so it's worth 500K. A lot of people are still looking at you like, bros, wake up. So I am also conscious of the society I'm in.
So we seem to have a society that is driven by the cost of things, not necessarily by the value that these things
at the moment, we're at that point of need. You need to understand, we want to eat. We want to be healthy. We want to survive first before you bring in any creativity, anything. You're telling me that, okay, so psychologically, this is what music does to you. Psychologically, this is what a painting does to you. This is what movies do to you. So God helped me to understand, but that is one of the challenges I faced. The fact that, okay, we have a lot of people that have not gotten to that point where they value art to a point that they say, okay, this person is talented and he has blessed me in this way. And it is very okay to be a blessing to him in this way also. So a lot of them, since they have not come to this point of reasoning, that is why they will now trivialize whatever you do. You say, I mean, about waka, but you just come and sing. Just singing for 5 minutes and then you are saying that you should be appreciated and all of that. So that was one of the challenges I faced coming up. So you would go for events and then they would tell you, thank you for being a blessing. God bless you. They don't even care how you came and how you're going back. And I believe that till today, there are people that are still in those phases. I'm grateful that I have seen a shift. Because of the truth, I will say that from when I started to now, it's not the same. It's not the same. There are some nice amounts that have touched my account.
I really want to
that when I was starting, I would have not have believed were possible based on what I saw. But then I realized that, okay, we're in an evolving society. So we should be able to give room to them for those excuses and mistakes. But then another thing I've done is, as God has given me exposure, the churches, the people I meet, event organizers, I enlighten them rather than fight with them. I enlighten them that, do you understand that these and these and these should be put in place? And some of them now learn and say, oh, we didn't know. Some of them now say, okay, we will make arrangements. Some of them are still adamant. Yes, enlightening the people is one of the things I've done. But that has been a major challenge, basically. Financial support from the bigger society and their understanding of what it takes to do what we do. Yeah, so it's been quite a challenge raising your own money to support what you do, getting support from a few family and friends that understand, and the people that by the day come to understand what we're doing and support.
So are you among those artists that in their early days they were told, the Lord bless you. You have really blessed us with your music, by church folks. The church world now. Where after ministration, after a very powerful ministration, you just hear, thank you very much, you have so blessed us. And no one is concerned of, okay, how did Neken Chuwang come to this environment and how is he going to go back to it?
I've had a lot of those experiences. I cannot lie. I've had a lot of those. And I believe that God is helping us. God has helped us from there. It can be very painful, actually. You finish, you're trekking home, they're driving home, and you're trying to find your way. And then it was even worse when one did not have a form of mobility because you're jumping keke. I can remember going for a program in Panshin, and then my mic stand got missing.
Whoa.
Yes, I traveled with it out of hot head. I had a lot to pick up, my guitar and all these things.
So
I forgot it in the car. Till today, I've not found it. And then that's not something that you go and tell the person that invited you that because of you, if I was in my house, this mic stand will not. And so there have been all of those challenges. But you see, things like that might have been curtailed if you had your own car.
True.
Yeah, because you're traveling in it, or if you boarded a vehicle, knowing that, okay, this vehicle goes to my destination. I'm not stopping on the road to pick up things and forget anything. So, but I've had my fair share of some of these challenges. But I'm grateful for how God has used them to shape me. Because for me, I saw some of these challenges as God taking me through it so that I can now understand and speak to people that might be in that phase right now. And that's one of the things I'm intending to do from 11 years going forward actively, which is reaching out to those artists that are where I was before, sharing with them knowledge and opportunities I did not have, and trusting that God will use it to make their journeys better.
This is very, very amazing.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Very commendable.
Thank you, sir.
Beyond having honorarium, beyond being invited to minister at different platforms, church and even without, how does your music pay you?
Okay, how does my music pay me? I would say my music pays me via streams. So God helped me, I think 2 years or so ago, to understand and begin to venture into putting my music on digital stores, Spotify, iTunes. I will say we're still growing around here. I will keep emphasizing that because, and then the economy sometimes is not favorable to us because the way that a Nigerian stream is monetized is different from the way that a US stream is monetized. And that's basically because these streaming companies operate based on the economy of the place that the song is being streamed. So for a lot of us that have a huge base here in Nigeria and around here, in as much as we're able to, God has helped us to make some money from the streams online. The streams are not as much as they would have been if it were from streams out of the country, but that is one of the ways that music has been able to bring in revenue for me. That when I put my songs and people stream them on Spotify, people stream them on Apple Music, and all of those digital stores, they get to monetize them, and then you're able to see something nice that can support and facilitate the ministry. So I will say that is one of the ways. And then another thing I have done, which I also encourage musicians to do, is understanding that where we are is an evolving place. You can also look at how the relevance and the place God has placed you can, by extension, be a blessing to other things aside the music. So how about a musician that sells suits, a musician that sells lands, a musician that sells cars? Now the relevance God has given you through your music can be extended to whatever product or thing of value aside music that you're doing. Because like for me, aside music, I do yogurts. I have a product, Yorit Yogurt. And I will say that God has used the relevance He has given me through music to be a blessing to the business.
Interesting.
Yeah, so for me, God gave me that foresight, that understanding, and with the guidance of my parents, who have always looked out for me and advised me on how to do this music thing in the line of purpose, and how to be able to put food on the table. Yeah, so I will say that through all of those advice, I've been able to put that brand out there. And I will encourage more artists. There are some artists that are into that, and I will encourage more artists to do that. Yeah. So you'll discover that God will use the relevance of the music to rub off on whatever else you're doing.
I like the fact that you are saying all of this. You know, some people actually have an ideology that they must not go to school.
No.
You get the point,
yeah,
right?
I get you.
And then we have quite a number of artists that have deliberately dropped out of school. Some people, I have an experience of somebody close that was practically sponsored through school, but did not finish school.
Wow.
You know, and the parents didn't even know that he was not even graduating from the school. He gave them an impression that he was writing projects somewhere.
That's
but
crazy.
then he never wrote any project.
Wow.
Yeah, so how about a music artist who is a doctor?
Yeah, that's
How about
very
a music
lovely.
artist who is a TV presenter, for instance?
Yeah, very true.
Who is a journalist?
Very true.
It's possible?
Yeah, no, it's
practically,
very
right?
possible. You basically need to find those things that you have passion for, aside the music. Because I would always advise, if you go for another job or another career just to put food on the table, like yogurts, for example, I really love yogurts. I grew up with yogurt as one of the things I really love. I spent a lot of money on yogurt.
Serious matter.
So deciding to do yogurt as a business was bigger than just doing something to put food on the table. Because on the days when you don't get sales, on the days when some stress from that work or that business comes up, it is the passion you have for it that will keep you running.
True.
Yeah, so my advice is, okay, yes, it's nice to do something to complement the music, but it's also beautiful that you find that thing to be a thing of passion for you. So by doing so, the same way you do music with passion, so that even when there is no physical reward for it, you keep doing it, that other business, your passion for it will keep you on days that some challenges will come. And then it will also be good to find a way to balance it. Because I've seen a lot of people that in trying to do something to support music, the music suffers and sometimes they end up dropping it. So I will say that balance is very important, and relying on the Holy Spirit to help you achieve that balance is very key. Because if you don't do that, you'll see one thing suffering very much at the detriment of the other. And that's also not healthy. I believe God has made us in a way that we can excel and do exploits in the different things He has given us the capacity, once we rely on the Holy Spirit to help us balance them. So that's very important. And in regards to the certificate or school that you said, I would say it's better to have something you don't need than to need something you don't have. So there's no harm.
Can you say that again?
Okay.
It's better to have.
It's better to have something you don't need than to need something you don't have. So I have a certificate in sociology from the University of Jos. I have my NYSC certificate. If for whatever reason God directs me tomorrow to want to get a job, a contract that requires any of these certificates, I will not be trying to now go and get this certificate. Yeah, so that's my advice. You might feel like you don't need it now, but it's better to have it and later not need it than for you not to have it and later need it and you don't have it. It might be too late to get it. So I would advise you to seek knowledge. And I believe the excellence of what I'm doing today, the school I went to, contributes significantly to it. Okay. Yeah, so I will say education is really important. If for any reason God has made it that you were not opportune to get it and you cannot still get it, fine. But if you can get it, please, by all means, do.
I have quite a number of questions that I would like us to walk through. So, but as we begin to round off on the program, what's your view in regards to the gospel music industry on the plateau?
Okay, I will say from our predecessors to ourselves right now, God has helped us do a lot. God has helped us do a lot with the resources available to us, with the knowledge available to us. I will say God has helped us to do tremendously well, because when you check some of the songs we produce and you see the studios we produce them from, and you put them vis-a-vis
with the quality songs, of production.
Yeah, the quality, and then you put them vis-a-vis other songs produced from other places, from more sophisticated studios, you will see that we are at par, if not even better. You would hardly see us trying to catch up. So many times when you tell them the kind of studios you're working, when you meet people out there and you tell them the kind of studios, they'll be surprised. So I will say, in the view of that, we have done tremendously well. We have done tremendously well. Our predecessors have done a great role, because just even check out when you mention Jos out there, the response you get from people tell you that, okay, there are people that have set a foundation.
Very true.
There are people that have set a tone for excellence and all of that. Yeah. So I would say we have done really well.
And quite a number of artists, both the gospel and also
the secular
have their very fundamental influence.
From the plateau, yes. So I will say that as a people and as a sector, the creative space, the music space has done really well with what we have been given and what we have found. But I will still say that there is a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of room for improvement. Firstly, one of the places I see a lot of vacuum for is the fact that we need a lot of sponsors. We need a lot of financiers, because if you see somebody doing so much with a little, imagine how much more they will do if they had more. Yeah, so I will say, firstly, I will say there is need for more financing in the music aspect.
To halt you a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think the artists are doing enough?
Yeah.
Because somebody would actually think that it would be a waste to invest in these artists.
Yeah.
And do you think that the artists are actually doing enough worth investing into?
So I will say that questions like this are very tricky, because a person like me is exposed to different artists that are in different levels, that are putting in different efforts to what they do. So I will not want to give a blanket answer to this statement, but what I will say is, in every industry, just inclusive, there are artists who believe in themselves and heavily invest in themselves as much as they can afford to. There are artists that are very talented but are laid back from investing in themselves and what they do. And there are artists that
you have
don't
encountered
even,
both parties, right?
And I will say it's not even a just thing. It's not even a Plateau State thing. I believe it's a worldwide thing. When you meet with people, you discover that, okay, there are hardworking people, there are middle working people, there are no working people in every society. So I would want to say, when we speak about financing and funding, we're not saying carry this money and give people that are not deserving. But we're also saying that just cannot be so undeserving that there's nobody that is deserving of it. So I will say that, yes, I will say that there are artists that have put in all that they know how to put, have put in everything from their pockets, and such kind of artists should be funded, such kind of artists should be empowered, because you would realize that if they can do so much with the little resources available to them, how much more if they had a standard support, a standard funding for what they do. So there are still artists that I would say should not be given this funding because they have not even figured out what to do with their own funds. I believe that nobody should invest in somebody that has not invested in themselves. So when we speak about funding, we're not saying just throw money into every just artist. We're saying that there are strategic people that have done a lot, that more money and more structure will catapult to the world and beyond. So such people should be looked for. They don't even need to be looked for. Just look around. What are the songs out there? Ask the people in the... So if there's probably an investor that is trying to figure out how to know these people, we have the radio people that know the artists that are always showing up to do interviews, the artists that are consistently releasing music, the artists that have a track record for quality works. So ask these active players in the creative space, and they will recommend to you people that are worth investing in. Yes, so I will say that funding, I still maintain that funding is a very instrumental part of what we need to move forward on the plateau industry. And then secondly, I will say structure. So now if you carry 10 million naira and give an artist,
what will he do with that?
What will he do with that? So the jazz industry also needs that structure. It needs minds that will come together to say, okay, we need money, but this is a practical plan that we have for that money. And this is the return on investment, or at least a way that after this money has been invested, it can continue to empower others. So we also need structure and intentionality from the creative space that, okay, we're now able to have practical and realistic plans.
Is the artist responsible for that structure?
Ideally, he shouldn't be, but we've found ourselves in a society where the artist is everything. The artist is his stylist, the artist is his videographer, the artist is his scriptwriter, the artist is his songwriter, the artist is his fund,
he's just doing quite
he's his financier. So I think that has even contributed a lot to reducing a level of our creativity, because when in 24 hours you're having to do 10 people's work,
you get overwhelmed.
You get overwhelmed.
Yeah, true.
And you still have family needs. You still have to feed yourself. Because I believe that the craft is a fund demanding aspect of life on its own.
True.
The amount you need, when you hear how much people are spending to promote a song, you discover that some artists in all their career, they have not even invested that in all their career. So I will say that of a truth, so this funding needs to be backed with structure and with strategic plans to say, okay, we see you're trying. Now we want to bring in this money and we want to bring in this manpower to ensure that your talent now becomes better. So imagine telling a very hardworking artist, can you concentrate on writing your songs and singing them? Any other thing, booking your studio session, finding money for your production of song, what you will wear, what you will eat, every other thing is ours. Imagine how effective such an artist will be. So these are the things that I know. These are the things that I know we need on the plateau. So we need people that will understand the power of music, the investment that music is, and be willing to go into it and put together that structure of creatives that make it easier for the musician in this case.
Very mind-blowing. I would like to say thank you very much for your submission on that. So, looking at the songs that you've written for the past 11 years,
Yeah.
which one would you say that is actually your most favorite?
This is another trap question. So it's like telling a mother to pick a favorite child. So I will say the answer I would always give is, for me, the songs speak to me according to seasons, because by God's grace, God has given me the grace to write a variety of songs across different topics. Songs about forgiveness, songs about gratitude, songs about love, and what have you. So I would say, for me, it depends on how I'm feeling or what's happening in my life at that point. I would say right now we're in a season of gratitude for 11 years. So a lot of those songs of gratitude, there's I'm grateful, there's Jesus, I will never forget your goodness to me.
Yeah, let's pick up and I'm grateful.
Okay, I'm grateful, yeah.
What's the inspiration behind this one?
Okay, so the inspiration behind I'm Grateful was about drawing people's minds to those common things, because the song talks about things as basic as food to eat, a bed to sleep on, and a house to live in. It was just a song that God inspired me to put together to just remind people that those things you take for granted, there's somebody that doesn't have it. True. Yeah, so I will say it's just about drawing your mind back to the common things, because sometimes we get so used to life. You forget that somebody doesn't have food to eat today because for the last 30 years, you've never had to think of what to eat. Yeah. You forget that someone doesn't have even clothes to wear. Yeah, so grateful is drawing your mind to those minute, small things to know that regardless of how life might be crazy, for these little things, be grateful.
We must not always wait for the big
things. We must not have those big things. We must not have those big things. Just being conscious of whatever little thing you have is a reason to be grateful. And when you count the little things, you now realize that you have so much. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the context of the song. Yeah.
Well, great, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So looking at 11 years,
yeah.
11th anniversary, what are the plans for this anniversary?
So we've been reaching out to individuals, organizations, and even government offices that have been instrumental to our journeys thus far. And we're inviting each and every person that can watch this and hear my voice to a celebration on the 5th of October, 2025 at Crest Hotel by 3 p.m. So we intend to have a celebration, a concert. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and you're very much invited. And we're also trusting God to put together an audiovisual studio to give opportunities to creatives. Because for me, like I said earlier on, I believe God has allowed me to pass through this journey so that I will feel how some people are feeling right now and give opportunities that I did not have to them. So we're trusting God to have a space where we can look out for people that are trying on their own and bring them in, record at least a song for them and a video for them, and sow it into their ministry or their careers as a gift. Yeah, so we're looking at that project.
Is it that you're planning to set up like a record label or something?
We want to touch a lot of lives. Yeah, I feel like a record label concept might keep us picking just few people, but I want to see a place where we can be a blessing to this person, to that person. You never know what God is planning for that person. God might just want one song that is quality to announce somebody, and if we can be that doorway to that person, why not? So those are things that we're trusting God to do, to be able to record songs, shoot videos for free for selected people that we see that are serious. We don't want to waste the investments.
Yeah. Of course, I'm pretty sure that you're going to encounter people that are very much
Amen.
serious out there.
Amen.
This is a mind-blowing vision.
Thank you, sir.
Mind-blowing vision.
Thank you, sir.
So give a shout out to your fans, darling. What do you have to tell
Yeah,
them?
so
On the plateau,
so I would want to firstly thank you for the support, for the love, for the patience in places where we might not meet up to your expectations. And I want to urge you to continue in this light, to continue in this way. We will need more of your support. We will need more of your love. And for whoever is walking where we have walked through and is walking where we are walking through, I want to tell you that you are not alone. We understand how it feels, and we trust that God that has started this beautiful work in your life and in the calling that He has given you will be faithful to complete it. So hang in there, and the Lord will bless you. And to my lovely wife and my son, I love you very much. Thank you for being a solid support. Let's keep doing this, and God bless you.
Neken Chuwang, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
It's a wrap on the program, of course.
Thank you.
And then we wish you all the best as you continue on your music journey. Of course, you are celebrating 11 years now. We look forward to celebrating more decades, you know, and more impacts in your music career. Most importantly, impact your world. Come on, bless your world, influence your world to the degree that God desires you to actually influence it. Yeah. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, sir, and God bless you on the platform.
Thank you very much as well. Of course, it's the Creative Insight on Buzzer Television Africa. My name is Nicholas Tobias Aboki, and I'll always charge you be on the lookout for posts on YouTube and also on Facebook on this page, the Creative Insight on Buzzer Television Africa. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.